Hi there, happy Monday everybody. Do hope that you are well there in Facebook land, or perhaps you're watching on repeat on YouTube. My name is Bella and most people know me as Bella the Secret Psychic, and this is your daily energy read where I pull a daily card, either a tarot or an oracle card, to give you some guidance on the energy that is at play today. I've pulled from the Wisdom of Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reid, but I've pulled 3 cards today, so you actually get the choice about how your Monday plays out for you. My guide's saying here, you just need to ask a question about something you need to know in today's energy that is going to be specifically for you, and then to just choose a card number 1, number 2, number 3, in terms of how it will play out for you. If you are watching and you're there live, do say hey, hi, and hello, and perhaps even if you're watching a repeat, I love to hear from you anyhow. So hi Katrina, hope that you are gorgeous and well, and shall we crack on, because we've got 3 cards to get through and it will go really, really fast. Healing energy that you need today. Well, hopefully I can help a little bit. So let's see what the card says for you. Again, choose card number 1, number 2, number 3. Hi Amy. Hi Michelle also as well. Hello there Shell from New Zealand. Hope that you're gorgeous. Hi Michael. Hope that you are well also. So are you ready, guys? Card number 1, number 2, number 3. What is it you need to know when it comes to the energy? Interestingly, these are 3 quite cards that I don't think have either come out either before or haven't for a long time. So the first one, also, sorry, I forgot to say, also, all 3 of these cards, they're in their 30s. So all the 3 cards are 30, 32 or 39 is the card. So my guides were saying here that there's something about 30 in particular, so the 30th or 30 days or just 30 for some reason, that people need to keep hold of, because it will have some meaning also to the relevance of the energies for certain people about what it is, particularly today, maybe in today's energy, that will have significance with the number 30. That's the best I can give you on it, because I have to be so general, because this is for everybody. Hi Margaret, hope that you're well. Hi Marie. So the first one is this one. It is tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. And the card's meaning is timelessness, divine timing, and immeasurable time. So when humans create time, everything changes and contracts. People will come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and that the future is ahead of them. But what if that isn't true? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos and order were happening right now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life that you desire. So release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are right here now, and always show up when you got some of that. Because I didn't realise that someone was trying to call me while I was talking to you, and it probably froze it. So basically, just the end of what I was saying here is that this card represents it, saying that miracles show up right on time when they're supposed to, and that you're really supposed to kind of let go of things being linear, but also probably to let go of the outcome, and particularly when it comes to times. And I know that as a reader, because quite often people's first question is, particularly if it's something they really, really want, is the reason why people come to psychics, because they want to know something that is bugging them. And part of that will be one element, but it's also what bugs them also is, how long do I have to wait? It can also be the downside to a psychic reading, because if the news is good, you can't press fast forward. You have to wait for divine timing. So today's energy is probably going to challenge you about that concept of needing for something to hurry up, instead of just knowing that it will be and letting it happen when the time is right. Does that make sense? The universe never makes mistakes. But also, law of attraction, what you focus on, if you're worried about the time and that's what you focus on, and you focus about the worry of it, then the universe will just give you more of that worry for you to worry about. Do you get me? So sometimes it's good just to let it be. Tick tock, tick tock. Think about a clock. You know, when you're in a quiet room and you hear that clock ticking, it can get rather, disturbing after a while, because it can become quite loud. It can be an irritant if you were suddenly to find yourself, watching and waiting for the time to move on. Like when you watch time, it goes slow. Same thing. It's saying the more you focus on time, instead of just allowing, it will go slower. And if you don't believe me, just sit, get a clock, sit, and start watching that clock and say, right, I want it to be half an hour, and just watch that clock and wait for it to get to half an hour. It will feel like a lifetime. And that is the literal example of what happens when we focus on things like that. So this is what the card is saying in the energy today. So card number 2, are you ready? For those of you who chose number 2. Number two. Cheryl says, don't I know about this whole waiting and fast forwarding? Karen says, I wish I could. Well, try. And if you don't believe me, like I said, watch the clock, because then it will let you know also as well. So the second card that you have here is this one, if you chose number 2, which is here and now. Here and now. And what the card means is being fully present in the moment. Living one day at a time. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle things today, if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect the past. Be present and notice what is going on around you right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. How similar is that to the last one? I think this is a telling of what the energy is this week. The energy this week is about not trying to almost predict the future. The energy is about being present, and this card today is asking you to really be grounded. It's a card of of being really grounded. It feels to me, to be fair, it's why you're here. It's why you're watching the daily energy reads. It's because you're trying to predict, you're trying to navigate through the energies or any challenges. What this energy feels very much for people today, but perhaps in different ways, and we'll see what the third one brings out, is that is actually asking you to probably not be inquisitive about the future, that you need to be a lot more present, to be grounded. And why is that important? Because, as some of you will know what I'm about. Everybody's calling me today. That was my husband trying to call me now. I just cut him off. Whoops. Anyway, everybody will know that the more that you try to look into the future, get a psychic reading, get a tarot reading, you get the answers, but it can make you incredibly anxious, because it will, again, that whole timing thing, because you're not living in the present, you're not grounded, basically. So today's energy is asking you to not think about tomorrow, not think about what is and what could be, actually to be quite accepting of what will be, and to not actually, make yourself anxious by living too far in the future. There's 2 cards now that have come out, both in the 30s, that are saying basically, be present, ground yourself. Are you being anxious because you're constantly worried about the future? Very similar, but in a different tone. So if you got this card, it's asking you to just stop looking right now in this week. Stop looking, for the answers, because life is for the living in the moment, one day at a time. And if you can do that, then you allow the universe to create the miracles around you that you need to, if that makes sense. So let's have a look. We're going to card number 3 now. So if you chose card number 3, again, in the 30s, it's number 39. So the one thing I like about this is that it gives an indication out of the 3 that you're at the end of something more than other people. And I can tell you why, because what it says on this card is this: new life. And what this card means is the birth of new ideas, growth, opportunity, and a breath of fresh air. Life is for the living and renewing itself. So again, end of a cycle and you renewing something. When spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt across and around you in every core. Blossoms burst from the trees overnight and birds return home singing their glorious song. New life, new beginnings. You chose this card. Particularly, my guys are saying in the love month, there are new beginnings for you. You're at the end of one cycle, and you see how this person's like yawning and waking up, and you see how she's bursting out a little fragile shell. So things might have been fragile, but she's now new and reborn. She's got little fairy wings. It's all good. This energy is saying, very different probably from the other 2 cards, but again, somebody trying to call me. Like, anybody would think it was a retrograde. Nobody ever calls me when I'm doing my lives. And like 3 people now. That's a different person. Don't know who that one was. So, sorry about this. This card is saying here, watch for something new to happen today. Feels also a lot about work focuses, people getting new ideas, people being enthusiastic about personal development. So anything you've been putting off like that, you know, new location, new move, new everything, new outfit, new haircut, new you, brings new life into things. And they're saying basically do it. It's the right time to do it because you're going to feel amazing about it also too. So Melina, you got interview today. Did you choose card 3? Because that's a very good cut. That's a very good sign. Very, very, very good sign. So anyway, before I get interrupted again by another phone call, I'm going to love you and leave you before I get interrupted again. But those were your 3 daily energy cards. How does that play out for you in today? It feels very, very strongly that this energy today, and perhaps for the rest of the week, we'll see how it goes on, that this is a week about being much more grounded and present with yourself and not so much about looking to the future, which feels quite contradictory considering you're watching me as a psychic. But, you know, I'm honest with everything that I say. The universe is saying, you know, lock it down for the week or for today, then that's what you need to do. You need to not look towards the future, particularly if it's making you feel anxious. So I hope that's been helpful, you gorgeous, lovely people. Good morning, Vanessa. Happy Monday to you. You're welcome. And I'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye.